Hi and welcome to my channel. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video and I hope you get inspired by it. My last video was part 1 of a file folder book, and while I'm busy with part 2 prepping, I thought let's do something in between. Well, I could say a small project, but it's not that small. But I recently bought some of the Sizzix dies from the new release from the vault, and I just cannot leave that laying next to me being busy with another project. Ideas keep flowing in my head and I just had to get going, and I thought, why not make an ATC? And I could just make one, but then I want to make 3 because that's my idea, and also put it in a book. So the small project became a little bit bigger, and I made this, and this is with the die set I bought and also some other papers I bought, so combine them and in an ATC. So this is a regular size, what should I say, official size for the ATC. That's 2.5 by 3.5 inch. I have a die for it, so I just cut this, and I have the cardstock and the sanding paper, and you can see that I experimented with it. It's new for me, as a lot of things are new for me, as I'm not that long in this kind of crafting, so I'm discovering it all and having fun doing it. So this is some techniques. I just want to try it and make something nice. So this is one card, and I want to make 2 more. And first let me show you what I used. And of course this is quite a stack and you don't need that much, but I have it, so let's use it. So the inspiration was this wreath, and I bought, and I'm not a flower maker or a card maker, because that's maybe the first idea you get, is this is for a card, but I saw these individual sizes and I thought right along I can do some pretty nice things with this. So as you can see on this card, I used parts of this wreath and used some small elements like this flower, if you can see it, like this flower, and this little twig. So, and it's just like it's embossed almost. So that's what I used. I used the butterfly from the Entomology stem set and dies, and there's just a little tiny, can you see this, a little tiny die also from this set. It's a piece of this little yellow flower. So you can do a lot of nice stuff with this die set. For the ATC, I used, this is a really big extensive set from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and it's a die set also with this very it's not very handy to put this so in front of the camera, but it's this die. This is the book. You can make like a kind of a folio book, and all these dies. And I use this is the ATC, this rectangle, and there are also stamps with it. So it's a set you can purchase. And as to paper, I use the craft stock as this, but the actual papers are much lighter than you see on the packaging. So I used 3 colors. I chose 3 colors from this, and this is just the black I used as the base for the cards. So this is the paper. And for stamp sets, I have this set from Poole. It is let's see what it's called. Oh, Creative Expressions. Poole, made by Poole. And I have the field labels, and I have the entomology. So that's quite enough, I think. I don't know if I thought I would use a lot of this, but I don't know. Maybe for the folio book, for the cards. But in the cards itself, I use a number from this, and there's not a lot of stamping on the cards. Okay, so let's put this to the side, because I already cut a lot of stuff, so I don't have to do that on camera. Okay. So, to make these cards, I also used some foundry wax, as you can see here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's foundry wax I put on just with my fingers, and a little bit on those, I don't know what's called in English, those little things on the butterfly. Antennas, right? Yes, I think it's an antenna. So this, and a little bit on here. The rest is just sanded, just a little bit to give it some more interest. And I have the 3 other colors. As you can see here, it's not sanded, and I have a green and a purple. I thought it would make a lovely set from colors. And I will pick another angle from the wreath and also the card. And I've fastened this with a paper clip, otherwise I would lose the perspective. But I will cut this off and sand it. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is sanding this, so I get the bases. And then I already cut some embellishments. So there is for the green cards, I will use all this green stuff. There is a beetle, a bigger flower, small flowers, I don't know which one I'm going to use, and this little twig, is it called? I don't know for sure. And for the purple cards, I have another insect, also another a bit larger flower, and some little ones. So this is the same base for the cards. So that's not to complicate things, because I did complicate it enough, I think. What I did with this butterfly, because usually I will stamp, and if I have a matching die, I will first stamp and then die cut it. And with this butterfly, I did it the other way around, and it is more precise. It's a bit of a hassle, but it's more precise, and you don't get like edges where the stamp that didn't go. So I want to try that also with these ones. So that was an experiment, and with the butterfly it just went well. So let's see if this also with it ones. And first I'm going to cut it. And I already marked it with the So I can just get it off. And I also try to, what's also nice, if you are not really a flowery kind of person, I already cut a lot of other stuff, and I also try to make one, and I cut all the leaves off, and then you get this. And you can also do really nice things just with this, because it's just like a funky circles. So that's, well, I'm gonna save that for later. But you know, ideas keep flowing when you are just busy with a project. And well, I keep all my bits, leftover bits in here, so I have some something to fall back to when I'm with a project. And then snip this off. All right, so this is the thing I'm using, and this one I goes to the side. Same with the purple one. Cut it. I have less light now than when I'm working without video, because my light is just reflecting in this glass mat, and so I turned it off, but then I have a little less side to see. But let's see, how did I have this one? I'm already forgetting it. Let's see. This one was really funny. I know it's on the, or was it this one? It was this one. Ah, you get so confused. So it's this one. This goes to the side. All right. Whew. Okay. So now I'm going to sand it, and I also bought this sanding disc. I have some regular sanding paper, just a little small piece, what you use in your painting the house. Just some, but this is a really fine. This is a little bit less fine than this one. So I have these two. But this is very handy, because you don't have to put your fingers on it. You can just like make circles. So it is nice. I have to put a paper under it. This is my stamping my stamps clean paper. And first go with the black. And I did not use any pattern. I don't know if there's any pattern. I just started sanding. Will probably make some noise. And I've noticed that when you are along the edges, that you need to be careful, because it can just like become so thin that you lose your paper. So around the edges, be a little more mindful. And it's quite fast when you get the result. And of course it's a nice experiment to see how much you want to sand. But I just want to sand a bit, because then it just becomes more interesting than just a regular black surface. It's, you know, another way to fill your space, and normally you will use collaging, or you will use some rice paper, or, and now it's this. It's really fun to use, and it's also nice to use it along the edges. Just you already have a lot of texture right now, just with a little. And what I did with this one was more irregular because it's more black here in the top, and here it is a little bit more sanded. So with this one, maybe I will make this corner a bit lighter. Let's see. Okay, so I think a little bit like this, and then I have just some old cloth because it is very dusty. So it becomes like this. It is just in like a minute or so, you have just completely transformed your surface, and this will go like that. But I also sand everything because then it becomes a bit more cohesive. So but this is just very lightly, and you have to do very lightly because otherwise you will really damage this die cut. And I sand it just in the same direction as this shape is. And then let's see if this is, you could use a little bit more. Here with the thicker parts you can sand a bit, give it some more pressure, but okay. I think this is it. So this is for this card, and then all the things I will use with it, I also gonna give a light sand. So I think I'm going to do this off camera because I think you know how it works, and I come back when I have sanded everything. So I'm finished with sanding, and I took my time with it, and you see how much of a difference it already makes. Gives so much more interest to the card. And I've sanded this, and I've also sanded those little things, the bugs, the flowers, everything. And what I also did was, of course, when I am busy sanding, ideas also come to my head for the book, because that's in the back side of my head, is when I finish this, I need what I'm going to do with the book and how I'm going to close it. Well, it's not a book, it's more like a folio. And then I remembered I have die cuts with a key, of keys more. This is from Sizzix Kraft, and I die cut this key. And as you see, there is a number, but it's more like an embossed number in it. And I've die cut it from the black craft stock, sanded it, and look what's happening with that number. It's like it's kind of engraved. So that's cool. So that's for later, for the folio. What I now want to do is, of course, I'm going to glue this, but I also need to stamp the bugs, and I want some little foundry wax on the antennas of the box and on the tips of the flower. And because probably the ink from stamping has to dry, I'm going to do that first. So let's get out my Entomology. It could also be without stamping, but I think when I look at this, it gives it a little bit more interest and depth than when I would leave it. You could also, when you are good in drawing, you can scribble it. So let's see which ones are they. It's this one and this one. There are more beetles on it. It's this one, yes. Okay. And how I did it was I did attach it to my platform. So I have a bigger surface. I can also do it on my big platform. Let's do that. I have a bigger one. So I can attach it. So it doesn't go anywhere. Then I need my tweezers. So I'm going to ink it, but I'm going to ink it with archival. I usually stamp with the Versifying Clair because it's very juicy and you get a nice sharp print. But sharpness is not really necessary for this one. And maybe it's even not that good if you have too sharp of a print. So I'm going to use this one. You can see that it's not very... I have it for 4 months or something like this. But you can see it's not that juicy. But I think it's good now. And then I get my tweezers. That's just let's see if I can get above it here. And then it's just pressing it down to get a little bit of a print. Let's see. Oh, squeeze the tweezers. Look, that's nice. I like it. So that's this one. Let's clean it off a little bit. And then this one. I do like this Entomology set. There's lots of variety and, well, the small butterfly, of course, is really cute. So now, and I don't know how they are all called. This is kind of a fly. I don't even know what's called in Dutch, so let's, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah. No, I'm not aligned. I was worried this would happen, but let's see what it's, because I would really like the print on the wings and a little bit of black on the little legs. But, well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's not that bad. Look at that. I think it's because of the archival. It's the better ink for this. Yes. So I don't even know the Dutch names for all these bugs. just the common names. But I do have a book, so I could just look it up. Maybe I will, because I do like it when I'm out in nature. I'm always like, what's this called? What's this called? Never look it up. So that's the stamping. So I think then I'm gonna do the gluing. And I'm using the art glitter glue. Because of this fine tip, I can really get some really small lines or dots. You have to glue a lot. And if you don't glue everything, then it will get loose and then it will break off. Or so it's important to get everything a bit of glue. This one. Okay, I think I'm there. Especially the tips. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget how. Just, let's see. It's going to be like this. I did cut it like a little bit over the side, so I have to snip it. But I don't mind. Did that on purpose. There's a little bit of spillage here. Usually I will, it's not a especially clear drying glue. I had something that would give it stains, but so it's not like the collage medium from Ranger that will dry clear. Okay, so look at that. That's nice. Okay, the green one. And this kind of crafting, it's so relaxing. I find it really relaxing. It makes me really happy. I know, I hear it from a lot of other crafters as well. It's kind of it feels like therapy. But I think it's, you know, making something, creating it with your own hands just gives some kind of satisfaction, and when you use your own ideas, you have kind of an outlet. I wasn't even paying attention that I'm out of camera. I hope it's not too bad. So it will get better, of course, when I make more videos. I get more experienced in what angle to film and everything, but I just don't want to be bothered with it now. I just want to have fun making it, and then we will see how professional I will get. Let's see, this is not the right angle for gluing. Let's put it like this. And I did sand the cards with some few light spots, so it gives it a bit of dimension. Oh, this is not, well, just go with the flow. It had to be a little bit lower, but okay. I just will, because you don't have any room to correct it, because when you stick it, it's just, it has to be there, or you have to like tear it off the page. But it's not bad like this, right? Okay, glue is on and I can already snip it. Just a tiny bit. And I can hear a lot of noise downstairs because my craft room is upstairs. Because the guys are cooking. Or at least my son is learning how to cook. I can hear him getting directions. It's so funny. I don't think you will hear it on camera. It's too far away. All right. So it's close to dinner time. And I think I finish this after dinner. So this is all right. And what I'm doing, because I will let it dry a little bit more, then I'm gonna sand this just a little bit, so it's like goes with the paper, and you don't have like a big obstacle where it can get stuck or something, and then it also looks nicer. So I will sand it when it's very dry. Then I'm gonna give it a little bit of a sand here on the edges. I also did it with this card. And let's see, do I have time to do the wax? Let's try it. The antennas, they are very small to do with your fingers, so I use a brush for this. I did use this one. Didn't clean it. I don't know if this one is fine enough, because these ones are very tiny. Let's see if I can get another brush. This is more in a point. Let's use this one. Let's pin the glue. Okay. And I'm using the gilded. I'm not going to use, I also have this one, but I'm not going to use two colors because that's going to be a bit too much, I think. Give it a little shake. And then I just going to put a little, let's use, this is not, let's use this paper for it. Because this paper is my crafting paper. So, okay. A little dot, because it will go into a powder very quickly. It's just a chemical reaction of this stuff. So it's a little bit fluid for just a few seconds. So that's why I do just a little dot. So tomorrow I'm going to look for another light on the ceiling that will not reflect, because this is not enough light for me to work in. But I think I have this one. And it's already powder, so I have to do a tiny bit for the other one. And just give it a little bit of a detail. And then you use your heat tool to make the wax really shiny. So now it's a bit matte. Okay, and I will use my finger for the flower. 2 flowers, so this one and this one. And I can work a little bit faster. So this is the first time I'm using this, so maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. Any tips will be welcome. But it really doesn't matter if it's how it's applied, because it's just giving it a bit more interest. It's not like you're in a jewelry shop and it needs to be very precise and luckily. So I can look at my finger. I hope it is all very okay if you see it like this. It's not very zoomed in. So it's like, let's see, you already see a little bit of a shine. And also with this one. Just a little. And then the key. So the key, it doesn't matter, right? Just rub something on. Would be very nice. Just a little bit. It's always good to have some dies with keys, because you can add it to any projects. You know, when you have books or you make a dangle or whatever. It's very nice to have a key. And it's not a really old-fashioned key, but I like this one. The size is fitting. So now it's like this. And if it's not good enough, you can just first heat it and see what it's like. And then you can just add more if you want to. You can like heat it and heat it and heat it, and it doesn't matter. So that's why I also bought it, because, you know, you can just go with it. Okay. So let's a little bit of a cleanup, and I'm going to heat it, and I'm gonna do that on camera. It's a bit noisy, but maybe you can see the change. Let me do it a little bit up close. That's very difficult to see. But it's like embossing. You see like a shine. You see, oh, let me put this down first. You see like a little shine. I think you can see it, yeah. And I think I will put on a little bit more, but I'm gonna do that after. Let's first finish these. Now you can see it. So I'm gonna finish this and go get some supper, and I will be back. So I had my dinner and it was very good. Spaghetti bolognese, and yes, luckily it was really good. And I already been busy with assembling the cards, because I already saw that I had a long strips of film, so I didn't want to make it a very long video, but yeah. I did the key and I really like the key. So I did the wax also for a second time, and then, but I do like it. And I had a double I cut it twice, so I glued it so it's very thick. And then I have kind of dangle for the folio book for the cards. So that's to the side for later. Now the cards, I already assembled it. And what I also did is like what I did with this card. I didn't glue the wings, and I did a little bit with my tweezers. I just give it a little push so you have some dimension. And I did that with the beetle. I rounded the body. You can see this. I did round the body a bit. So I'm only gonna glue the legs and the edge of the body. And this was simple, just doing the wings with this little insect. So trying to position it and using the same elements as I did for the card I already made. The numbers from the field notes I have to stamp, and from this stamp set from Poole, I had 2 other quotes, field notes and nature finds, and I just put it on the card where it fits the best, and I'm going to, because it's not attached, so I'm going to attach it. I had the big flower, but I thought it was kind of too big on the card. I could do it, but I don't know. I did like these 2 better. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now it's for putting everything together. I did zoom in a little bit, so hope that this is more visible. I had the idea that zooming out, I don't know. Let's see, let's find out. And that I'm going to remember where I've put everything. Maybe I'm going to glue first, stamp later. What should I do? But this I want to stamp first. The nature finds. And let's see, don't want to pull it out of the frame, but I have to see it. I was trying to line it up with the grid on the stamping block. And sometimes these clear stamps, also the other stamp, the rubber stamps, they like bend a little bit, so your words are not straight. And I like it a little bit straight. So, and this I'm going to stamp with the VersaFine, because I want to clear these letters are this font of these words. Like on this card, you can see these letters are a little bit, how do you say? I don't know how to translate it. Not thick in every space. So I need a lot of ink on it. So let's see, I think I want it here. And up. Then, yes. Stamping is always exciting to do. So that's it. This one, put it right back, because I have noticed that if I don't do it, it gets lost. And I will show it up close to the camera in a bit, because now I have all those small items laying around. And let's do the numbers right away. Yes. I do like this grid on the surface here to line it up. Of course, it doesn't have to be straight, but kinda. Yes. I do like it. So this card only needs gluing. Let me stamp it clean. I have my paper on the side here. When you are recording, always have too little space and my arms move out of the image. This stamp, and then let's do this one. A little bit more up. Okay. Then we have this. Field notes. Okay, let's do it. So when you ink it, it's nice visible, so for where you can place it. Yes. Also, okay, put this back, because those rubber stamps, if I leave this on my work mats, I can find them again, but the clear stamps, no. I have not lost one yet, but I did have a search for some for one, and it just was laying somewhere, but if you don't see it, you don't see it. And then the numbers, let's see here. I have no idea if the music from the room from my son is getting on this recording, but well, it's not too bad, the music. Kind of like it. Ooh, this is really inky, but okay. You know, with this is, if it's too black, too inky, you can sand it, but it has to be dry. I did it with the other card as well. I did sand it, and it lost a little bit of that really dark black, so we can tweak a lot. Okay, and now the gluing. Alt glitter glue, tweezers, and finding the best spots for everything. So this can dry. Well, let me show you first. So I have to snip off the overlaying parts that's sticking out. I like this one. It's like an inked blob. So next one, yes, I'm going to attach it, assemble it and glue it off camera, and then I will be back. The cards are ready. They've all been glued, sanded. This is the green one. It's a lot of fun assembling it, all the little parts, gluing everything. And as far as ATC, it's nice to have a series, like when things are a little bit in tune but different. you know. So I think this is a really nice combination. And no, picture-wise, I think like I wanted to have it more like this. Or the purple in the middle. Let's see. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Yes, I like it like this. So these are the cards. So that is ready. And I have a book, and I think I'm going to do this off camera, but I'm going to show you what it's like now. And then I can show you the end result, because I think this will be too long of a video if I show you how I'm gonna make this. And I want to have this done because I wanna make the other video for the folio book. So this is going to be the book. I die cut it, only the frame. Let's see if I have this still lying around. The frame. Where did I put the dies? Yes, I have it here. So this is the big die for the book. And then there are, this is a scoring line. And then you fold this over. And then you can fold the other half if you want to make it more of a book. But I only cut this part. So because I wanted to change it up, and so I did cut this part to make it a little book. So this is the inside paper, and this is the outside paper. This is also from a paper pack from Tim Holtz. And I like this because it's also a bit of a flowery theme, but a bit grungy. So I'm going to make it a bit grungy by edging it with walnut stain. I have a little pocket also from this die set, but the pocket was longer and I made it shorter. So this pocket is going on the front. And here is one card. And then I cut some from the leftover from this paper. That's this side. And then I'm going to make pockets here for the other two cards. And of course I have to embellish it. And I cut out some little elements from the wreath. So this one I cut. These. I also have a label frame from the specimen sets. And well, so just some little items, and I want to embellish it. Of course, I'm also going to stamp, not that much, but just a little. And I do have, I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I also have these two little insects. And these are from the ATC set from Elizabeth Craft Design. So this is a stamp and matching die. I really like them. And if you edge it with walnut stain, then this is not so white, and it's really nice. You can also with a white gel pen make some little scribblings or patterns. So it's really nice, small, like you can put it in the corner if you want to. So this is all there. And then I have also from the ATC set is this. Most of the time you can put it on the back of the cards you make. And this is also a stamp with a matching die. But I think I'm going to keep these cards because I like them. So you could do them on the back of these cards, but I think I'm just going to do this on the back of this folio book. So this is the plan, and the plan is also to put some eyelets here and here, and then attach this with the little paper, or how do you call it, safety pin with the key. So that was the plan of attaching it. Let's see how that works out. It's just an idea in my head. Don't know how it looks. So this is the plan, and then I will come back when the book is ready. It is the next day and the project is finished. So the book and all the cards are in it. So I grunged it up and stamped it and glued some items on. So on the front I have this small pocket with a label, and I did forget to put some breads in here, but I already had it glued, so okay, I'm just going to leave it. So glue this pocket on, and here is the card that will go in. Put an eyelet here with the key. I also put an eyelet on the other side because I was planning on putting this safety pin through both of them, but it would be a hassle to constantly fasten and unfasten this safety pin, so I'll just leave it hanging here on this side. So when I open it, you see here 2 pockets with the cards, and I did leave this bit open, just a little bit so the cards can slide in easily, and I grunged it up a lot with ground espresso ink, and I etched it all with walnut stain oxide. And this is the other pocket. I attached a tab here, and then the back side is the stamp with artist trading card, and I can fill in the details here. So this is the book with the ATCs. I hope you had fun watching this, and let me know if you're trying this to make this also. And I go back to my project with the folio book, and hopefully we'll post that soon. But have fun with this video, and if you would like it, then please subscribe to my channel. That would help me out a lot. Thank you, and bye. See you next time.